Concurrency in the kernel. One way in which kernel programming differs greatly from the conventional application programming is the issue of concurrency. Most applications, with the notable exception of multi-threading applications, typically run sequentially from the beginning to the end without any need to worry about what else might be happening to change their environment. Kernel code does not run in such a simple world, and even the simplest kernel modules must be written with the idea that many things can be happening at once. There are a few sources of concurrency in kernel programming. Naturally, Linux systems run multiple processes, more than one of which can be trying to use your driver at the same time. Most drivers are capable of interrupting the processor. Interrupt handlers run asynchronously and can be invoked at the same time that your driver is trying to do something else. Several software abstractions, such as kernel timers, introduced in Chapter 7, run asynchronously as well. Moreover, of course, Linux can run on symmetric multiprocessor systems, SMP, with the result that your driver could be executing concurrently on more than one CPU. Finally, in 2.6, kernel code has been made preemptible. This change causes even uniprocessor systems to have many of the same concurrency issues as multiprocessor systems. As a result, Linux kernel code, including driver code, must be reentrant. It must be capable of running in more than one context at the same time. Data structures must be carefully designed to keep multiple threads of execution separate, and the code must take care to access shared data in ways that prevent corruption of the data. Writing code that handles concurrency and avoids race conditions, situations in which an unfortunate order of execution causes undesirable behavior, requires thought and can be tricky. Proper management of concurrency is required to write correct kernel code. For that reason, every sample driver in this book has been written with concurrency in mind. The techniques used are explained as we come to them. Chapter 5 has also been dedicated to this issue in the kernel preemptives available for concurrency management. A common mistake made by driver programmers is to assume that concurrency is not a problem as long as a particular segment of code does not go to sleep or block. Even in previous kernels, which were not preemptive, this assumption was not valid on multiprocessor systems. In 2.6, kernel code can almost never assume that it can hold the processor over a given stretch of code. If you do not write your code with concurrency in mind, it will be subject to catastrophic failures that can be exceedingly difficult to debug.